What's up, guys? Today we're going to solve this question, find champion 2. So, this kind of brief kind of description for this question, but as you can see, you must be assuming that since it is a graph question, it's kind of difficult. But no, there are some hints which you can observe just like this directed acyclic graph, DAG, and all those things. Although this question doesn't give you that straightforward answer, but I'm going to tell you what this thing explains. So, if the simple terms, what they want to say, let's say I'm at this node. If this node point this node, which means that this node is kind of stronger, so this thing will be the winner and this thing will be the loser. In the same way, they also want to tell us that if we follow the same rule, this thing will be the winner and this thing will be the loser. So the basic hint for this kind of question is, if you clearly observe that the lesser the number of the inward nodes, the more chances the team will win. So basically, if I try to count the inward nodes for this node is 0, and this one is 1, and this one is also 1. So as you can observe that this team has advantage over all the teams since there is no team stronger than this team. So that's why the output of this question was 0, since as you can see the graph and I just explained over here. In the same way, but there is a plot twist. I'm gonna tell you the hint and also the why it works. But there is another plot twist which they have given us in this case, the test case 2. Now this team has over advantage of this, and this team have over advantage of two teams. But if we try to look that the total number inward node is 0 for this, and for this is also this. So we just gonna look at the lesser number values. Now we found out a situation in which these two nodes have the same number of inward values, which is kind of 0. So what we're gonna do? Since we got more than two winners and question want us to return -1, so that's the whole point. Now I'm gonna give you the special thing about this question. It is a directed edge graph. So what does it mean that even if that graph which is present to us, it doesn't contain any cycle like this. Like this will connect to this and this will connect to this. There is no kind of cycle which make a path so that it will come back to that particular place again. So so that's the whole thing. So it's an acyclic graph, which make it more easier. Since if it is an acyclic graph, there is a surety that that there must be a node which have what do we say? Which have zero inward nodes. So that's the surety. It's gonna help you. I'm gonna explain the code why I'm gonna giving you this kind of hint. So we just simply going to use a list. We don't even need to use a map. So we're gonna use an inward list, which in which the index will represent the nodes which we have and all those things. So let's say this zeroth index will be tells the inward node of this node, and the first index will tell the nodes of this one and so on. So we just gonna simply iterate over x comma y in the edges. Once we do that, we're gonna simply tell that the map it over. Since y is the index representing it, we're gonna increment the value. Now after that, what we're gonna do? We're gonna create a variable called champ. In champ, what we're gonna do? We're simply going to iterate over I comma then the value which this thing have, and we're gonna enumerate over it so that we can get the what do we say? We can get the what? We can get the index of it as well as the value at the same time. So that's why we're gonna use enumerate. Then after that, what we're gonna do? We're gonna check if the value not not and if the value is comes out to be 0 and 0 means false and we do not have it, then it's become true. So we're gonna append this value. Which value? We are more concerned of the index since index represents the team, so we're gonna append it. So now you must be thinking, not right now, since next I'm gonna say if the length of champ is greater than 1, which means that we so once we do these kind of things, what we can observe that if the length of the champ is more than 1, which basically means that we got more than one champion. So what we're gonna do, since the question want us to return -1 if we got more than one champion, else we gonna return what? We're gonna return the first champion, since the first condition basically depicts that we have more than one champion, and if this thing doesn't work, which simply means that we have only one champion in our array. But why does this thing work, and why does why it is like this? So as I told you guys that it is, what do we say, DAG, which means directed acyclic graph. So in the case of directed acyclic graph, we are sure that there is no cycle. Since there is no cycle, so there must be a node which have, what do we say, the inward what yeah so basically there must be a node whose inward arrow is 0. So there is must be one thing. So that's so, and also that thing is gonna be the winner, since the minimum value is also 0, and we are looking for that kind of minimum value, which means that number of inward nodes should be minimum. So since we found out that there are more than 2s, and that's why it's gonna append more than 2. So that's why this thing works. Yeah, that was the whole logic behind it. So yeah, hopefully let's just check if everything runs or not. Hopefully it will run. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope so. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching.